What is good, Neo family? It's your boy Rey-Jay back with another video, and in this video, I'm going to be talking about the one and only Neo stock and why I'm still super bullish for the somewhat near-term and long-term futures despite it being in the red right now. I'm also going to be talking about the overall stock market and the latest pieces of news that just came out that could definitely affect it. I'm also going to be exposing some potential manipulation that's causing Neo to be suppressed the way it is right now. However, that's nothing to be worried about. I'm going to explain why and what on earth is going on with Neo. I'm going to talk about the latest pieces of news affecting Neo that make me very bullish and excited, and what Neo put in its Twitter page that's very, very big for the future of this company. Now, before I say anything about Neo's share price, what on earth is going on with the market and Neo's Twitter page and the news, I do have to mention some very important things first. First off, I'm not a financial planner, guys. This is all for entertainment purposes only. And also, if you guys can, please smash the like button if you want to see more videos like this. It not only benefits me, but benefits the entire Neo community as a whole. And the last thing is, if you guys can, please check out the Moomoo link down below in the description. If you do sign up for Moomoo, you're not only going to qualify for an iPhone 13 Pro giveaway, meaning you may win an iPhone 13 Pro, but you're also going to get up to 5 free stocks, each worth up to $3,500 by simply signing up with the link down below. So with that out of the way, guys, let's get on with the video. So as you guys can see, Neo's currently a little bit down today. It's down about 1.1%, which is pretty normal. It's below the $30 range. I do want to talk about what's going on, but before I say that, before I say anything about Neo, I do need to talk about the overall stock market because that can affect Neo to some degree. So the S&P 500 hit another all-time high today at about $478. Then it dropped a little bit below that, closing at about a little bit under 477, down about 0.08%. Once again, it's still doing pretty well and it does look very bullish, but I do need to address something very important that just came out. So the chairman of the Fed, Jerome Powell, just announced that inflation is kind of getting out of control. So it is projected that there will not only be three rate hikes or interest rate hikes in 2022, but three more in 2023. And the first hike, guys, may start as soon as March. So interest rates may start rising towards the start of Q2 of next year, starting around March to April. That's when we're probably going to see the next hike. However, we don't expect that to hurt the economy or cause economic weaknesses perhaps until the summer, is what it's basically saying. So what does this mean for the market? This means that right now the market is not necessarily there. We're not in March yet. We're not in February. We're still at the end of December. So the market does have some room to run. As you guys can see right here, look at the fear and greed index. We're currently no longer on the fearful side. We're not extremely fearful. We're not fearful. We're more on the greedy side, guys. Look at this right here. Very good piece of news, in my opinion. People are very greedy right now, and that's a very good, situation to be in for the market. Now, what does this mean for Neo? This basically means that the market can allow Neo to, run up the way it can. But at the end of the day, guys, Neo is a little bit in the red. So I do want to talk about what's going on. If we look at many of the different indicators, we can see some very similar trends. So if you look at the exponential moving averages, Neo is currently sitting a little bit below them. However, there's a lot more than meets the eye, guys. Don't just look at the share price. You have to look at what on earth is going on too. So let me first talk about the indicators, and I'll talk about some manipulation that's going on. So as you guys can see, Neo is trading below every single one of the exponential moving averages as of right now. It's very, very close to the very short-term time frame ones, which is just an indicator that Neo is undervalued right now. And then the RSI is a little bit low at about 42.5, showing not too much strength, and the MACD is on the verge of crossing with the 90 moving average, which could cause Neo to drop a little bit. Now, the CCI is showing the same thing. It's dropping once again, which means that Neo could have a bit of a pullback, a little bit of a pullback from here on out before we saw another big run. Now, how do I see this basically playing out, guys? Now, I do want to address something very, very important. That's the fact that right now, the Neo share price is not necessarily pure, so to speak. And I'm going to show you guys why I believe that. Now, I'm not guaranteeing that. I'm not going to make any claims I'm going to say are 100% true. I'm simply going to state that these are possibilities that you should be looking out for. Now, look at this possibility right here. Okay, look at Li Auto, right? The off-lit exchange volume, out of the total volume, it was at 36% or around 37%, which is fairly low and pretty normal. That's the off-lit exchange volume. Volume trades happening on off-lit exchanges, not on the open market. Look at Tesla. The off-lit exchange volume is about 44%, and people have stated that Tesla is a stock that's been, shorted like crazy. Crazy things have happened to it. But once again, it's at 44%, which is not too bad in my opinion. But then look at Neo. it was at 56% yesterday. Now it's at 52%. Why is it that NEO is always so much higher than the large majority of companies out there when it comes to the off-lit exchange volume? In fact, more than half of its volume is happening on these off-lit exchanges, which I find a little bit suspicious. I'm not going to, like I said, I'm not going to guarantee that this means that there's manipulation, but it is a key indicator that something sketchy is going on. Now look at the short interest of Tesla. It's at 3.18%, whereas NEOS, I'm going to click on NEOS now, is at about 4.02%, right? NEOS heavily shorted. At least it's not like, it's not insane shorting, so to speak. It's not extremely shorted, but it is still pretty heavy to some degree. Now, this is important because, as you guys know, there are big institutions that are trying to short NEO, and there is some potential possible manipulation that's in play here, which is one of the reasons why I believe that NEO's share price is being suppressed to some degree because a lot of institutions are just trying to accumulate shares before they really let this thing run. Remember, NEO announced a new car. They absolutely crushed it. The share price really should have gone up and it didn't. That, in my eyes, is very suspicious. Now, what does this mean for NEO? Is NEO going to continue to run like this? And this is what I think is going to play out. I think we might see a bit of a pullback as indicated by some of the indicators, but where are we going to pull back to? And is this the end? And the answer is no. This is not the end for NEO. So we have a resistance at around the $30 range. We have support at around the $29.50 and more support at around the $29 and the $28.50. So we may end up going as low as the $28.50 to $29 range very soon. And if that does end up playing out, guys, don't be afraid. Because remember, it's a good dip buying opportunity. And remember the future fundamentals of this company. NEO is suppressed right now. The share price may drop a little bit, but at the end of the day, I'm not scared whatsoever because I know this thing has the potential to really run up. It's very undervalued, and we are in a, how should I say, very, very good, blessed time, in my opinion. Because NEO, in my opinion, is very, very undervalued, and you have the opportunity to buy it at a very good price and hold it for a good time frame. I believe that NEO is a reflection of Tesla, and here are many reasons as to why I think that. So check this out right here. The monthly fool is reporting 3 important takeaways from NEO's electric car event. As you can see, NEO had an electric car event and they absolutely crushed it. And they did talk about some very big things that are going on. So check this out right here. The new ET5 sedan could be a significant Tesla challenger, once again showing that the ET5 is absolutely crushing it. Their sedan is absolutely amazing. It has a very, very long range, in my opinion, at about 700 kilometers or 435 miles, and it does come at a very good, affordable price, which could be a very good competitor for the Tesla Model S. And that, in my opinion, guys, is very awesome, guys. I'm very, very awesome to see how this is going to play out, and I can't wait for what the future holds for NEO, because we do know that the Chinese government wants a local hero, and that's exactly what I think NEO is going to be. NEO also has some aggressive international expansion plans. Once again, another bullish sign, as they are going to be expanding to about 25 countries globally by 2025, and they are beginning to show signs of coming to the US. Now, there are some issues going on with the economies, not just in China, but all over the world, guys, and that's especially because of the Evergrande situation and some of the, FUD that spreads about delisting and things like that. And sure, the FUD is out there. However, there's no conclusive evidence of that actually happening to NEO, guys. So don't let this, noise scare you, so to speak. Now, is the market going to have a correction? The answer is yes. It's eventually going to come, but it's not just NEO. It's not NEO's fault. The fundamentals of these companies are crushing it, and this, in my opinion, still has insane potential. Now, once again, the NEO ET5 is just crushing it. I'm very excited for what it's going to be announcing, and it's just a matter of time before we see some big moves come, because the deliveries data is coming out, the company is getting bigger, and more investors are going to be incentivized into investing in this great company. Now, another big article that came out right over here is basically asking the question, is 2022 the year Chinese cars come to America? And as you guys can see, NEO and other companies are getting ready to expand, as they do have some new LinkedIn job posts coming out, and they're looking very strong right now. So I do want to talk about the fact that NEO, they're expanding, they're getting better, the fundamentals are getting better. And if you look at their EP9, it's basically a fighter jet of a car. It's a very amazing, fully charged race car, so to speak. And I just think it just shows what potential they have. They're creating new cars. They're having full self-driving technology that's going to be integrated into them one day. They're having driving assistance. They have NAMI. They have NEO Life. They have so many big catalysts. So the way I see it is, look, This thing could drop a little bit, sure, but at the end of the day, in my opinion, it's undervalued, and I do think that this company has insane potential because the fundamentals are there. They're crushing it in almost every way possible. Their customer service is amazing, and I do see this thing going to the absolute moon one day. I do think it may take a little bit of time. I do think that the price is being suppressed, but remember, January is probably going to be a very good month for Neo because that's when a lot of short squeezes tend to happen. It's a very good month for these big plays to be happening, for a lot of FOMO to play in, and I do think that Neo is going to be a part of it as it is shorted to some degree. So that means that I still think that Neo is going to have a very dramatic move to the upside, perhaps back to the 40s easily by January if we just give it some time. So with that said and done, guys, thank you so much for listening. I'm still very bullish for Neo. I'm not losing faith, and I know that this thing has insane potential if you just wait it out. With that said and done, thank you for listening. Never ever give up on your dreams, and I'll see you in the next one. Neo to the moon, and peace out.